Yo, what's good? What's good? We back at it. This is Hip Hop Life. You got me, Johnny Storm, with your man Dillion the villain.
What
Good.
up? What up?
What's popping?
Man, I'm ready to hear some heat. I heard the last show I missed, it was some fire in there.
Yeah, that is right, man. We had some joints last show.
Finally. I hope y'all bring it today, man. We gotta really step up the review game, y'all. Make sure y'all sending them tracks. Make sure y'all send straight fire.
Yeah, you heard them. Yeah, last week was a good. What was it last week? Well, last show was definitely a good show. We definitely had some fire in that joint, and like we say, if the joints is fire, they go on rotation. The Underground Rappers Radio starts January 1st, 2021. So, the goal is to promote real hip hop. So if your joints is fire, it's going in rotation. Let me make sure my mic is good. Oh yeah, that's your joint playing?
Yep.
All right, we good then. All right, cool. Let me turn this down. I'm gonna turn this theme music down. There we go. All right, cool. So as always, make sure y'all support Cash App. All the information is at the bottom of the screen. We got the hoodies, we got the apparel, sweatshirts, t-shirts, long sleeve joints. What else? The face mask. So yeah, show your support. All the information is at the bottom of the screen. If you want your music reviewed, send your music to submitmaterial@gmail.com. What else? The website, ThisIsHipHop.Life. You see it at the bottom of the screen. And so today, we got a few things to talk about. There's a lot going on in the world, as you know.
Facts.
So let's see, where do we begin? We'll get into the reviews later on. Right now, we're gonna kick it off with first. Let's see. Damn, I wanted to give a shout out to somebody else on IG. We're gonna get at it. We're gonna get at him later in the show. So what's been up, Dylan? How was your week, man?
Man, it's been a fast week so far, and it's only Wednesday. So man, it feel like Wednesday, Friday.
Right. What else? What's up, man? I'm just going through the timeline right now. Right now, we could get into. Let's talk about. Man, I want to talk about. Let's talk about Kanye, man. You said So Kanye said he wanna build a city.
Yeah, he said he made an announcement about a week ago saying that he was gonna make a city of the future. It's gonna be in Haiti. He wants to make it in a predominantly black country.
Right.
So is this just another like crazy ass Kanye idea, and is he talking out of his ass again, or is he onto something here?
Man, like what? How? Where did he announce this at?
Via Twitter, like
Twitter.
all the leaders of today do.
So I like the idea. Did he say anything else about it, like plans?
Not really.
Like that?
Not really. He just made the announcement, and that's all it really has been. So I don't know if it's gonna be like mad people on the island wearing Yeezys, if he's trying to like be on some New World Order type stuff. So who knows with Kanye? Who knows? We could just sit back and wait and watch it unfold.
I know that my man, your man, damn, now I'm forgetting his name. Akon.
Oh yeah.
Akon, he I think he said his own country or city. I believe he said country.
Country, yeah, and Africa.
But his plan is extensive. Like that joint is in the works. They already building and everything.
Providing the like electricity Yeah, I seen that. I seen Akon was making some moves. You know what? There's nothing wrong with that, man. Like if you get to it, they say that rappers can expire, whatever that means. So if you could like definitely take your brand, your name, whatever you made for yourself, and extend that for community and like the greater good, that's what's up. I just hope this ain't no like losing his mind type shit that Kanye got going on. If it's real, I hope he really do it.
For Kanye, I'm gonna go with he full of shit, just talking. He probably in his mind, you know, think, hey, it's a good idea, but I don't think he gonna go through with it, right? Nah. He just talking. He probably, to me, what I've seen from Kanye lately, I feel like he's trying to talk himself out of whatever shit he's going through mentally, because I feel like he's been in a downward spiral. So him saying certain things is probably him trying to talk himself into like, man, yeah, I could do this, I could do that. You know, let me get back to the Kanye I know I am or whatever. But I'm gonna say he's full of shit. It's not gonna happen. That's my opinion. I hope it does. I mean, well, if he has a good plan for it, I hope it does works out. But yeah, good for Kanye, man. Shout out to Kanye West. Let's see. What we talking now? What was being mentioned about? Wait, before we get into this, what do y'all think about Kanye building his own city? Like, would you want to live there? Would you move there? Would you have high hopes for this? So it's city of the future, he said.
Yeah, city of the future. So I'm guessing like he trying to be on some like technological, like advanced civilization type shit, like some Wakanda type shit. So, I mean, that's what he talking. I don't know if it's like only like for black people. I don't know if it's like, is it's going to be metropolitan or what he plan on doing. So, I don't know, Kanye. We got to see, man. We got to see, because from the running for president type thing to the man's wife, mom is trying to
get out joint.
Yeah, like it's just been crazy. So I mean, it's kind of hard to latch on to anything this man say at this point.
Right. We need to see some consistency from you, Kanye. Where you at? All right, so again, make sure y'all sharing. We're gonna get into the reviews later. Make sure y'all sharing. Follow us on IG. This is Hip Hop Life. We getting some emails in. Keep sending them. Submit material at gmail.com. MP3s, YouTube links. I'm on IG live right now, so if you're watching on IG, same thing.
Make sure y'all follow the IG page. This is Hip Hop Life.
Yeah. Hashtag This is Hip Hop Life. Shit. You know, and so make sure y'all following us. Make sure you the page Underground Rappers, Underground Space Rappers. You see the logo, you know, the mic, the 3 mics in the fist. Make sure you following the page. That's where we go live every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Again, you want one of these nice hoodies? Cash App right there, man. It's all right there. We'll send it out to you. Just make sure you let us know your size and where you at. Shout out to Sincere. Shout out to Wax Killers. I see y'all. Y'all got music. Make sure you send it in. Damn, I don't know how to post the joint. So it's submitmaterial@gmail.com. You could post the links underneath the live feed. We may or may not get to those, but you know that is one way of doing it. But the short way is email, and make sure it's MP3. So next up, let's talk about. Now, briefly, you had mentioned this rappers in their 30s. What was that about?
All right, so Complex actually posted something saying, you know, the time is up on the I guess it was like an unspoken rule in hip hop. I don't know. What's being said is, you know, basically if you ain't make your big break by the time you hit 30, then it's a wrap for you, and maybe you should look into something else. But recent rappers like Buffalo's own Griselda with Benny, Westside Gun, Conway, they all over 30, and they, you know, just hit the prime of their success, what some may say, in their 30s. So everybody's like looking at it like, I guess it was like an unspoken rule in hip hop. It's no longer an age stamp on being a rapper. You could be a rapper now over 30 and over 40. They just had a success with some Hip Hop Weekly 40 over 40 rappers that's like still on Billboard. So I guess it's no more expiring, or maybe it never was, and now everybody's starting to recognize it.
Yeah. Well okay. So you saying so? Complex said that they think there is, or there is.
Oh no, they're saying there is.
Oh,
Like there isn't.
is.
Yeah, there's no
Okay.
more. They was like saying basically, I forgot the exact headline, but
Right,
they was
right.
saying like there's no longer like a time period where you should be cut off with hip hop.
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely not. I mean, if you hot, you hot. I mean, if you doing it, you doing what you love doing, and there is no expiration, man. You know what I'm saying? People
That's
don't.
a fact. And 30s is still like young, so I don't know what they.
You know, hip hop makes it seem like 30's not young. You know what I'm saying? But as time goes on, and you get because before, so hip hop is still new. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so the rappers and the MCs that came, like Jay-Z, Eminem, and all them, the thing of it is, now they're getting old. You know what I'm saying? Like they're really, actually like in their upper 40s, and I think LL like pushing 50 and all that, or if he not 50 already.
I think Jay in his 50s.
And then Rakim,
Oh, yeah.
so now that hip hop has aged like that, and so some rappers kept they stamina, some didn't, but Jay still put out good music. Eminem
That's
still
a fact.
put out phenomenal music. I don't know if I can put anything new out, but last I heard, still hot. So to say there's an expiration, nah, there's no expiration, man. Plus, not only that, age don't matter. Like if you spitting hot shit or you putting out hot music, and somebody comes across it, they not thinking about how old you are. You know what I'm saying?
That's
They
a fact,
like, oh
yeah.
shit, this shit hot, or it's not. You know what I'm saying? So fuck that. There's no expiration date. Keep doing what you doing, man.
Keep pushing.
Yeah.
And if you dead and you still trying to do your music career, then we got a problem.
Right.
Because
It might be too late.
at that point it's like nah.
Yes. Let you see what joint. What you talking about? Shout out to Angie. Appreciate you watching. What else we got going on? Let's talk about. We gonna change it up a little bit here. Get real serious for a second. Breonna Taylor. We're gonna talk about Breonna Taylor for a second. What do y'all think about that situation overall? What are your comments on that? Shout out to Black. I see you, man. What we talking about, suckers? Richard, I don't even know what's that mean. You commented suckers envy legends. I'm not sure why you did that or what's that supposed to mean. We supposed to click on it or I don't know. But anyway,
He probably was talking about the subject.
what's
Like about the older rappers.
Yeah, Breonna Taylor. What do y'all think about that situation? So last time we talked about it, I wasn't too in tune with it too much. I knew of it, but so wait, is the case, is it over? Like they're already judged, right?
Yeah.
Yo, that shit is crazy. So from my understanding, basically there wasn't even what's her name? The chick that interviewed R. Kelly.
Gail King.
Gail, yeah. She what happened to R. Kelly? Is
He's still in prison.
Oh, he in prison?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. R. Kelly been fighting for years on that type of shit.
Yo, for real.
Nah, my bad. Trying to tag my man. Oh, okay, got you. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Shout out where you from. Say where you from. IG, man, we paying attention. Let us know what you think about this Breonna Taylor. If you got music, send it to ThisIsHipHopLife, which the email is submitmaterial@gmail.com. Breonna Taylor. So what I was saying was, dude, Gail interviewed the one dude. She interviewed the two jurors from the joint, and she interviewed the cop, and she interviewed the boyfriend. I think she interviewed the boyfriend. Am I lying about that? Someone interviewed the boyfriend. I think it was Gail.
I know he talked to somebody, yeah.
And man, dude, that shit is a crazy ass situation, man. Like, here you got like, listen, the honorable thing to do is just admit that you're wrong. Period. Let's take race out of the situation, man. You come in. First of all, they wasn't even supposed to be doing this shit. No, first of all, I was reading. See, this is what happened when I get to talking. It's a whole bunch of different rabbit holes. All right. First of all, the warrant wasn't even properly like drawn up.
Right.
Now, I'm going through reading articles from like legit news, was supposed to be legit news sources, like, you know, New York Times and all that type of shit. In the way, shout out to San Antonio, West Coast, Dillion. He's about to go out to the West Coast pretty soon, so make sure y'all watch out for him, man, making noise out there. So the warrant. So when I'm reading from these articles, they like, all right, we're giving straight facts, just facts. And I'm reading it, I'm like, yeah, well, this is kind of opinionated because you're saying that the warrant was a no-knock warrant served. And here's the thing. From my understanding, it was switched to a knock. You're supposed to knock at the last minute. But if you're saying the facts, then the facts, that has to be stated. You know what I'm saying? I learned that in, I forgot what grade in English, where it's a type of it's a tactic that a lot of news organizations use, where it's like, yeah, it's a fact, but you're also leaving out other facts. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So they served the warrant, and this shit's crazy. The dude that Gayle was interviewing even said himself, he was like, yeah, well, even when they get the no-knock warrants, they still knock.
Right.
Yeah, just it may not be protocol, but they still knock.
But they still knock.
What he was saying was because they don't want to get shot. So they knock, let them know they there and shit.
Yeah, they put the person at risk who was behind the door and themselves too.
Right.
So it was just reckless. Either way you look at it, it's reckless.
Altogether, right. And that's another thing. So the dude tone, the way he was controlling how he was presenting himself was to make it seem as if he wasn't at fault for what happened. Which, no, I mean, like, the way he was explaining it, he was like, yeah, he came in, it was a gun pointed at him. And it's like, well, if y'all busting somebody's joint, I mean, in all reality, you should expect something. You should expect something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that should be expected. Now, how you handle that, in my opinion, I mean, I don't know. I've never been through that training or whatever they go through. But you should be able to handle that situation in a better manner than somebody, a regular citizen that may be scared for their life because they don't know what the fuck going on. Y'all know damn well that y'all didn't knock or y'all didn't announce yourselves. There's too many witnesses, too many accounts for what happened that go against what they were saying, which was they did knock, they did announce themselves. But I watched the interview from, you know, obviously a lot of this is my opinion,
right?
But judging from what I watched, the boyfriend seemed pretty honest. Like, you can tell that dude wasn't trying to skew a story. Like, he was just telling what happened. And then when you see the body cam, you could clearly see the dude was just like, what the fuck is going on? Basically, he like, you know, I didn't know that part that he called 911. He called 911. So obviously he ain't know what the fuck was going on. But that's not even the point. Y'all busting somebody's crib. And he said he saw the gun, the cop. He saw the barrel of the gun in this dark hallway. But you saw the barrel of the gun somehow down the hall. And so that's what made him feel like, oh, nah, I got to shoot this dude or whatever. And it's like, not really. I mean, you could have moved over, backed up, try something else. You ain't have to just unload 20.
Drop your weapon like they do all
any
the
of
time.
that.
Yeah.
Any of that. Drop your weapon, cool, right? Any of that. They unloaded 20 to 30 rounds off one shot. 20 to 30 rounds, like you going to war. It's a citizen that don't even know y'all busting it, don't know what's going on. So for me, like, you shouldn't even be in that situation if you're not trained properly to handle a situation like that where you're dealing with a citizen. You're dealing with a citizen with a handgun. Y'all boys got SWAT gear, all types of crazy shit. Y'all should have handled that situation a lot better than that. So anyway, now, like I said, the honorable thing would have been, damn, we fucked up. Of course, they can't do that, though, because they're trying to save their own ass. Which, hey, shit, they got all the help in the world. The attorney general on their side.
Something serious.
And the attorney general is funny as hell because the way he was talking was like, yeah, you know, we for the people and shit like that. But see, this the funny thing about all this, the politics and all this type of shit. You gotta listen to what people say and watch their actions.
Actions, yeah, that's a fact.
His actions don't match his words at all. So I don't know who he is, what his name is. Never seen him before this situation. But I wanted to talk about this topic.
Right.
So I was like, let me check him out. So soon as I played the video of him talking, immediately as soon as he started talking, it all sounds crazy to me. It's like, dude, you're saying one thing, but you're doing another. So, and all I could think about is, damn, like, what was her occupation?
She was an EMT.
EMT. It's like, dude, y'all shot and killed an EMT who had nothing to do with nothing at all. Y'all was all in the wrong. Everything was wrong. Y'all shouldn't have been there. The warrant was wrong, and you killed an innocent person. Yet somehow they get what happens? They get placed on administrative reassignment. Mm-hmm. So you telling me if I run up in somebody's crib and shoot them, I'm gonna get placed on reassignment? Like, come on, man, this is bullshit.
And this is a serious job. Like, law enforcement this isn't like your typical call center job where if you make a mistake, it could just be an email to fix the shit. This is serious. Like, you go through training, and when you go into this, you have to go into this with the mindset of, I'm here to serve and protect. And that's just in general. Like, at any means necessary, you have to serve and protect, which means you got to make sure everything is consistent. We know, like, human error, people make mistakes, but that was a big-ass mistake that could have been prevented had everybody involved would have been doing their job. So it's really misfortunate, and the thing that really pisses me off about it is I hate the fact that because of, like, the climate that we in, I hate the fact that it turned into a political football. Right. And it shouldn't have been about politics in this situation. It should have just strictly been about life and death and right and wrong. And it's just fucked up because they really taking it and turning it into a right-left thing and Democrat-Republican thing like they try to do everything else. And it's at what point does it stop? Right. Yeah, man, shit never stops, man. Every situation that pops up. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Brian Cooper, I see you. Make sure y'all sending y'all music, and we doing the reviews later. Right now, we talking about Breonna Taylor. Comment what y'all feel about this situation. So, yeah, it never stops, man, because everyone's always looking for a way to get ahead in life, period. So it's like, man, how can this benefit me? How does this situation benefit me and what I'm doing, especially in politics? So, like, and then it just so happens election is going on right now. So, you know, man, I was just watching Biden. Oh, man.
Dude, so this is the first time I fully watched him, like, speak and talk. And
you watched the debate, or was it like his?
No, I didn't. You know what? I still didn't watch the debate. I seen part of it, but it was him talking to an interviewer.
Okay.
I think they did I think they interviewed him and Trump. I didn't watch Trump joint yet, but I think it's the same interviewer, and they interviewed both.
Was this CNN or Fox?
I think it was CNN. It was a lady. And in the YouTube comments, all they was talking about was how good the camera was, which that shit was hot. I'm like, damn, man, they got like 8K or something.
Yeah, they've been on point with the cameras.
It looked pretty nice. Could see like the lighting glare in his eyes, and I'm like, oh, that's hot, man. But anyway, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it's like when this whole thing was going on, I'm like, man, I would vote just to get Trump out of the office. Mm-hmm. But then, man, like over time and then watching this interview, I'm like, dude, generally, I think we're fucked either way. But this time, I think we really fucked either way. Like
That's a fact.
Like Biden seems so incompetent, man. Like so, and it's something weird about dude when he's talking. It's almost like a robot. Like he's programmed to say what he's saying. Like there's no emotion. There's no, and the emotion that he tries to show is forced. It's like, I don't know if I can trust somebody like that, you know. At least Trump, you know, as we all say, it's like, you know, he speaks his mind, which, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a great thing, but at least you know what to expect from Trump. Even when he lies, you still know what to expect. You know he lying. Biden is like, he don't even seem like he a human being or some shit, man, to me. I was watching the interview, and he's talking about his policies and so I don't know if it was during the interview or after the interview or what, but they were like correcting him, like saying, okay, well, he misspoke here and this was wrong, and
they was doing a fact check. That might have been CNN.
Okay, yeah. And I'm like, you know, you got to get your shit together. Oh, you know what it was? I watched him in the Vice, the chick running for Vice,
Kamala Harris.
Kamala, yeah. T Murder, I see you. Trump, you voting for Trump? That's what's up, man. I ain't fucking with it, but I hear you, man.
What? No, I'm just kidding.
Why? Don't just say that though. Say why you voting for who you voting for. So Biden, I see he definitely trying to appeal to the black vote. He definitely forcefully threw that in the interview a few times, and I'm like, that seems kind of forced. Like it doesn't seem natural. Like it's weird that you're doing that.
That you're doing it, yeah.
You know, he's basically saying if you're black, vote for me. It's like that's weird. You know, like.
And then you got Trump saying that the last presidential debate, like what put the nail in the coffin for me with Trump was when he looked out in the crowd and says, "I'm the most racist person here," and it's like. How did you want us to digest that? Like, was that supposed to be like your thing that gave you brownie points? Like, was it supposed to be like, well, he's the least most racist person there? But so you're saying that you're racist. And for me, it doesn't even like racist is a lot of the issues. Like when I was watching a debate, the big three things that I paid attention to how they answered. Number one thing was coronavirus. Number two was global warming. And then number three was civil unrest and, of course, racial tension in America. And the reason why I just can't, like, with Biden, I understand he is very, like, cookie cut political robot. Like,
right.
That's a fact. I would rather he's the lesser evil to me only because that's what we dealt with Bush. That's what we dealt with before. With Trump, it's an extreme. Like, you got, like, big racial groups like the Proud Boys and KKK and, like, did you see when they kidnapped the governor? Like, that shit was crazy. Like, that shit would have... Yeah, they actually... I forgot what state it was. They kidnapped the governor.
Yo, what is going on?
They kidnapped the governor, and the shit was just crazy. And these Trump rallies, these people is crazy as hell. Like, it ain't even, like, just on some holding up Trump signs. Like, they're wearing Trump masks. They're saying, I'll die for him.
Damn.
And honestly, I feel like we in the Hunger Games. Like...
Right.
Like, watching this shit is just like... Every time you see someone speak that's supposed to be in power, it's almost like they're trying to hypnotize you into believing that they're the right choice. And it's like, what can you really do? What can you really do? Right. And at this point, and I think most, like, especially millennial generation, people feel like this. Like, at this point, it's like, I'm not trusting shit. Like, Trump keeps saying that this vaccine is supposed to be out. I'm not taking that shit. Like, I am not taking a vaccine. Right. And not just only because Trump said it, but just because America said it. And it's sad because it's to a point where I'm pretty sure most people don't trust the country. Right. And another thing that stood out at the debate was when they asked Trump about, it got really deep actually, when they started talking about the children at the border and how it's like over 500 children that still don't have, like, placement because they were taken away from their parents. That's dark. That's really, really dark. And I just can't with Trump. I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, I mean, he got the plan. He's a businessman and his tax cuts is way better. But it's like, okay, so y'all willing to have better taxes, but at what price? Because in a minute, this shit is about to be like Afghanistan or some shit. Like, y'all talking about taxes and shit. This nigga don't believe in global warming. Like, people are dying. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Like, people are dying, and I don't see why that's not resonating with a lot of people.
Yo, man, listen. We got Dillion talking about politics tonight. And it's definitely crazy. Shout out to Brian. He said he voting for Trump because Biden will be the worst thing country has ever seen, just like Hillary Clinton. Angie said, I'm voting for the person least likely to incite a race war.
Which would be Biden.
I don't give a fuck about the other bullshit. I know Trump talk, but he can run a economy. No, see that, and that's another what do you call that? It's not true.
It's not.
I don't know. First of all, everything's relative. So maybe the economy's booming in comparison to 3 months ago. I don't know what you're comparing it to, but the economy's definitely even before. Oh, he said before the pandemic. Nope, not true.
Not true. This is not true. And a little bit of, and that's the thing. Like, people listen to this man talking because he says stuff.
Right.
Because he says stuff like, oh, the coronavirus, this is the Chinese virus. It came from China. People latch onto that and be like, oh, my God, it's so true. He's such a realist. And it's like, what y'all don't realize is, so you mean to tell me somebody that could keep it straightforward like that and say that coronavirus is the Chinese virus because it came from China and that is what it is. He can't be that straightforward with everything else. And the people that saying I'm, voting for him because this man paid $750 in taxes. Niggas working at McDonald's paid more taxes than this man. This man sat on a stage and said that he was smart enough to get out of it. So that means all of us that pays taxes aren't smart.
If I play devil's advocate here, you know what people would say to that? They'll be like, exactly. That's why he's a smart businessman.
Which is true. Like, okay, so, but when he said that if you're Trump, the businessman who's making your moves, that's cool. But if you putting on a hat saying you the leader of the free world and you supposed to set an example and then you expect everybody to pay taxes, the first thing everybody's going to say is, well, you didn't pay yours. Well, what's the smart way to get out of it? And that leads to anarchy. And Trump, he's trying to ride this like democracy ship straight into the ground and trying to run this shit like Russia. This is not Russia. Yeah. This is not a communist community. It's different over here, and shit is really about to get different. So y'all voting for Trump when there's drones in y'all backyard and shit, shooting missiles at y'all. Don't try to blame it on me. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Shout out to Adam's Destiny. He said, all he doing is reading off the cards. You right. We fucked either way.
That's a fact.
Black. Biden sues the getting back to normal vote, but that doesn't mean much to the black community. I don't know. I guess. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
And I think people got to stop with this, like, what is the president doing for the black community? People got to start giving society their props too. Because I just feel like as a society, it's fucked up. But when you look at things as a society, we getting better in general. In the 60s, you would have never seen as much like white and black people marching together than you did this time around. And not only that, but black people in general is just getting smarter and starting to teach their kids financial knowledge and starting to make sure that they're like financially competent. So that's not because of Donald Trump. That's not because of Barack. That's not because of anybody. That's because society is just advancing in general and starting to realize that, hey, I got to do what I got to do for me and mine, just like everybody else is doing for theirs.
Damn. I see. I'm gonna have to fact check this, man. I definitely fuck with what you was saying. So this dude Brian says Biden wants to put a $200 tax on gun magazines. with a 10 plus capacity. Wait, what you saying with the 10 plus capacity? I don't know, that's probably a typo. But a $200 tax, that don't even sound right. I don't know. Is that true? Could somebody fact check that while we doing this? Anyway, but see, nobody's perfect. You know, it's always gonna. That's the thing. You know, with democracy, it's like you gotta give and take and come to an agreement that works out. You know, the best for everybody is possible. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, like, Obama recently gave a speech, and he just said, if I had the ties that Trump had with China, they would have been calling me the Beijing president. Like,
right.
Half of the shit that Trump, like, even when the whole recordings got leaked of him telling Mike Pence, like, oh, I'm definitely downplaying the severity of the virus. I don't want to cause mass hysteria. I don't want to cause a big uproar. But you caused the uproar and mass hysteria when you said Mexicans was rapists and they were coming to kill us.
Yo, you know what? Ain't that crazy that Trump could basically do no wrong?
Yeah,
this man has did everything. But you know what? That kind of shows what this country's about. So you got. I always wondered, like, all right, you know how they show red states and blue states?
Mm-hmm.
If you ever notice, the red states generally, I'm just being general here, have race issues more so than the blue states. Like the blue, like, okay, so you got, if you go to somewhere like big cities, you go to New York City, you go to LA, you go to well, you know, it depends on what parts, but you know what? Let's condense it some, because we in Buffalo, New York. Shout out 716. Buffalo is considered one of the most racist cities in the country. Now, it depends on what part of the city you are in. If you, like, okay, so when I was growing up, this is what I noticed immediately. When I went outside, because I lived like right on the border. So you go this way, it's mainly white people. You go this way, it's mainly black people. So soon as you hit, so Main Street used to be generally like the division. So you go right on this side, so whatever street it is, you got like West Ferry, East Ferry, West Eleven, East Eleven, West Utica, East Utica. Soon as you cross on Main Street, it generally is white. Soon as you cross to the east side, it's generally black. Then when you go north, it depends. Like you got Italians. Then you go south, and it's like Polish and shit like that. So, now this was when I was younger, and even before that was more so divided. But as time goes on, especially with the what do they call that? Damn, what's the word?
Gentrification.
Especially with the gentrification, it's the dynamics are kind of switching a little bit here. But what I was saying was, if you go to different parts of the city, you'll see black leaders don't compromise. We also need new black leaders don't compromise. Shout out to Ching Ching Fame. See you watching. My 15 years paid more taxes than Trump. Yeah, I hear you, man. Trump's a smart, devious fellow. You know, he's basically milking the presidency for what he needs it for. You know, that's what people don't seem to understand.
That's a fact.
But damn, what was I saying about Buffalo being racist? Racially divided. I'm not sure, but I know the country is like, oh yeah, that's what I was saying. When you go to like big cities, so when you go to different parts of Buffalo, like, okay, say right now, if you go to North Buffalo, it's pretty mixed. You got black people and white people. You know what I'm saying? If you go to the west side, it's all types. If you go to the west side, it's all types of. You got Africans, Spanish, Hispanics. You got Chinese. You got Indians. A lot of Indians. When I say Indian, I'm talking about like
natives.
Yeah. And then so when you go to, now I did notice over the past couple of years a lot of Middle Eastern, a lot of Middle Eastern individuals moving in on the east side, like they buying up a lot of the property and stuff like that. Which that's a whole nother topic. Y'all need to get on that because
it's happening in every city too.
Yeah. But yeah, if you go to like those parts of the city where it's not like obvious, if like if you're in any, what do you call that? Like if there's not a lot of what makes a big city a big city? You got like banks, you got attractions, you got a lot of shit going on. Anything like that usually is generally like a lot of different types of people there because everybody's trying to prosper. Now when you start going to like Orchard, I'm talking about Buffalo, like Orchard Park or West Seneca or shit like that, you're not gonna see too many other races outside of white. And that's because of the same thing what I was talking about earlier with the division of the country. So like the blue states will be the states with the big, like the big dream cities and shit like that, like Miami and New York and Atlanta, whatever. If you
then the white people that are there, most of them are like liberal white people.
Right. Now you go somewhere like, I don't know, man, fucking Nebraska or fucking
the states where you like, where is that at again on the map?
Right. You forgot all about
South Dakota, North Dakota,
Oregon.
Yep.
Yeah, those states. I don't know if they're like behind in time because that's not where humanity is going. With those states, to me, as I'm talking about it right now, it's like they're behind.
They call it Middle America.
Okay, yeah, right. Middle America, they're behind. You can't be racist. First of all, the world is changing. Everything is global now. You know what I'm saying? And it's nowhere near as what it's gonna be in like 20 years from now, where America is supposed to be the melting pot, but now the whole world is gonna be the melting pot. You know what I'm saying? And you don't really have a choice. It's not a choice. It's going to happen.
It's gonna happen because listen, these like in most millennials and like the generation after them, which is Generation Z, like shit is really different for them. Like when I grew up into like, I'm like what's considered an older millennial, I guess, but I grew up in like the 9/11 after the crack epidemic, after the big technical boom of the 90s. So all of that is what ushered in my generation. The kids now, they came in like the first president my nephew known was black. So he already has a different outlook on what a possibility is.
Right.
Whereas to me, it was like a big celebration, like, oh shit, it's a black president. Whereas to him, it was just like, the president was black. You know what I mean? So they already starting a little bit ahead of the curve.
Right.
And it's really progressive. Like to me, if you're racist, if you anti whatever, you really lack progression because it's like, how could we move forward as not a society, but a civilization? How can we move forward if we letting little shit like skin color and a difference in religion and shit and belief affect us? Because at the end of the day, if this shit drop, if the whole planet drop, we all going together. It ain't gonna be like white people, could you unanimously move to the left while we drop the whole shit?
Right.
It's like, no, like we all like, as far as we concerned, we all live on like the dopest fucking spot in the galaxy. So it's like, dude, just chill the fuck out.
Right.
If I don't agree with you, that's cool. I got different cultural views. That's cool. I could do my shit. You could do your shit. And every once in a while, we can celebrate together.
Right.
So
I think that's the biggest issue with humans in general, man. When it comes to like race and shit like that, is the fact that people don't know how to embrace differences. You know what I'm saying? Instead of celebrating the differences, instead of embracing them, people get like, fuck that, that's different, so I don't like it. It's like, come on, man, just like, like it's almost like a kid with food. You try to get your kid to taste something new. They like before they even taste it. Nah, I don't like it. You didn't even taste it. How you know you don't like it? It's a mindset.
It is, because I always say like, if you like stuck somewhere in the middle of the fucking desert with like nothing to drink and you thirsty as hell, if a hand come and hand you a water bottle, you're not gonna look at the color of that hand.
People don't know how to embrace
you gonna take that
differences.
water and drink that shit, and it's like that just goes to show you like where we are. Like, bruh, skin color really?
Right.
Like that's what y'all arguing over, like skin color.
If
Like,
somebody,
bruh, man,
we got somebody who said they fact check. Hold on, let me mute that. So Angie says she fact checked. She says she ain't find one thing on this tax you talking about. I'm gonna let y'all argue that out in the comment section. It sounded kind of preposterous, but you know.
Yeah, the 200. Yeah, that was.
That's like random. I'm gonna let y'all argue that out. Black, I got words for you, man. Appreciate the differences. Right. Miami, is it a blue or red state? Yeah, you know what? I think it is red.
Is a city.
Right.
Florida is a red state for sure.
I think Miami. right.
Florida is red as fuck.
You know, when you go to any city though, for me, I ain't been to every city in the world, but I just know that every time I go to a city, like a big city, not whatever, it's always the same. It's a mixture of people. Everyone just, whatever they doing, walking.
It's just different vibes, but it's pretty much the same.
Different types of food, different types of, to me, like, I think New York was the craziest for me anytime I went there, because you literally, it's almost like Buffalo, but times 100. Like, it's so many different cultures and so many different just ways you can experience people in this circumference or radius or whatever. And again, like I said,
and that's a like, people, this is a gift here. Like,
right.
That's some shit to value. Like,
I know when I went to New York my first time, that was my shit. I'm like, oh shit, this is hot. What's this about? What's the, oh yeah, they talk like this, or they look at things like this, and this is how their perspective is on living and shit. I'm like, oh, that's hot. You know what I'm saying? Not, oh man, fuck that, man. But that's how people get, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, dude, even if you don't agree with somebody's viewpoint, you ain't gotta hate them.
Yeah.
You ain't the hate that thing here. My mic fucking up. But yeah, the hate, that's where everybody fucking up at. You ain't gotta hate. What's that hate? But that's an individual flaw that people just have, and you're using the race as a, way to get your own hatred, your own problems out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Because I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I don't want to live with just black people. I don't want to live with, hell no, I don't want to live with just white people. But honestly, like, I need to be around like different cultures and different ethnic groups and stuff and everything. Because I'm black, but sometimes niggas get on my nerves too. Shit.
Right.
So
yeah.
it is what it is, and I just think that we should just. I know it's like mad cliche to be like, oh well, just all get along. Because
for real, that's real.
It is real.
Yeah.
It is real, because it's like, nigga, at the end of the day, we are all here. Like, we can't snap a finger like Thanos and get one race up out of here. We all here, so you might as well just learn how to live with each other. And white people just stop touching our hair.
Yo, I asked somebody that shit too. I was like, do you get offended when somebody touch your hair? Because I know, like, a lot of times chicks like to touch my hair.
Yeah.
And me personally, like, I ain't got no problem with that. I'll be like, hell yeah, touch my hair. But anyway, we're not gonna get too much into that. But but it's like, colorism is real big in Miami. I don't know. It's weird. It's like colorism is big everywhere, I guess. It's just overall though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it all got the same foundation. Racist, colorism, everything. It all stems from the same thing, which is hate. Right.
And as far as the city is concerned, like, it's like, okay, say you go to the Galleria Mall, right? That's considered racist. I don't know what's going on these days, but like,
I was about to say, really? Because now that shit look like you on Broadway.
Yeah, man, they definitely was trying to do everything in their power to keep you know, they're not gonna say it that way, but to keep black people from being able to reach there.
Mm-hmm.
But my point is, you go to the mall and it's Cheektowaga. Cheektowaga is definitely got race issues.
That's a fact. That's
but
a fact.
you go to the mall, generally you're gonna see everybody there because they got the movies, they got the food, they got the clothing stores. So you're gonna see they got the damn, I forgot the name of the sneaker spot, man.
Not Lids.
Oh yeah, and then Lids. Is it called Street Game? No.
Street Game. Street Game is in there, but that ain't the sneaker store.
Oh, okay. Well,
I forgot what that shit is called.
Stores like that. So you see all different types of people. Is kids, older people, black people, white people, all types of people. But does colorism exist there? Yeah, of course. But at the same time, people exist in somewhat harmony there. It's not just strictly white people, and then you see a black person come, it's like, hold on, get the fuck out of here, or the other way around. It's generally a mixing pot. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's what I meant when I was talking about like big cities.
And like culture shock is real because like where I work at now, well, I work at home now, but before when we was in the office, it was out in Orchard Park, and I was only a part of like a handful of people that was from Buffalo that work out there. Everybody else was like from Springfield, Orchard Park, and you could just see the cultural difference because I kept wondering why. I'm like, yo, why do they get so close on you? Like the managers, the people, they'll come to your desk and be right here, like be in your face. And I'm like, yo, in a city, like when you're in Buffalo, we value personal space. If you come in my personal space, that's like a threat. But out there, it was just so normal. And then one day I had my the sponge brush that I use for my hair. I had it on my desk, and it was just like so weird. So like every white person that walked by was just like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "A sponge brush." They was like, "Well, what does it do?" I'm like, and then I used it, and they was just like, "Oh,
wait, hold on." Now right there, I had to talk with somebody about this, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you got somebody, like I noticed this with, you know, I'm gonna say this with pretty much any race, cause me being me, when I grew up, it's a little different now because there's a lot more mixed people or whatever. But me growing up, I was generally like the only one, you know what I'm saying, that was mixed or whatever with my ethnicities. So I caught it, and I still catch it, cause I'm in Buffalo. I see everything from everybody's perspective, like white, black, Hispanics, whatever. I see it from everybody's perspective. The funny thing about it is everybody, they don't know how to take me, and then they try to fill me out, and they try to embrace me, and it's like, listen, I'm a human being, period. That's the end of it. You know what I'm saying? I support positivity, period.
And that's a whole nother, like being mixed, that's like a whole nother monster, because it's like acceptance / like not acceptance from both sides.
Right. It's definitely crazy, which is why I empathize with a lot of different shit. I empathize with a lot of different shit because I done seen all of it. I seen all of it, heard all of it. But that it also gives me a perspective in which I can see things somewhat objectively, because it's like, dude, it's all the same. It's all the same, whether it's hatred or love. It's all the same. Just you need to learn how to direct it to something that makes sense. And race, to me, does not make sense for you to be hating somebody about.
That's
but
a fact.
What I was gonna say was, the hair thing. So growing up, like I said, girls would be like, man, can I touch your hair or whatever, and things like that. And it's like, again, I never thought anything of it. First of all, social media ain't exist when I was young.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there was no outside influence of my thoughts. It was only my environment. So I'm like, again, hell yeah, touch my hair all you want, and keep rubbing my head, whatever. But the thing of it is, their curiosity, like, I want to know how your hair feels. It just never offended me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And also, looking back at it, it's like, me personally, I don't know if I could do that. Walk up to somebody at work like, hey, can I touch your hair? It's like, yo, that's kind of weird.
Yeah,
you know
that's the thing that makes it, or they just do it. Like they just touch your hair.
Yo,
and
that's crazy.
And it's a personal space thing, but it's
Yeah.
also like, especially if you would like, so like a lot of people know in the black community, especially like black little girls, like your mama tell you like, don't let nobody touch your hair.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like already embedded in you, like, don't let nobody touch my. Now with me it's different because like I just, with dudes it's different. Like, you got a haircut, you got waves. Of course you might let a chick fill on. That's different. But if you just like a weird ass white person, especially like a white dude, and it happened to me, like just coming up to you like, can I touch your hair? And just like touch your hair. And it's like, dude, first, I don't know where your fingers been at, my guy. Like, I don't know what y'all do with y'all hands. Like, it ain't even about race. It's like an unspoken code between black people, like with personal space. But sometimes white people could just really get in there, and you just like, whoa, like this is extremely
crazy.
This is extremely close for me, bro. And don't touch my hair.
I wouldn't even want to touch a dude's hair, man. No matter how, even if I was intrigued by that shit, like,
bro, I used to talk to this white girl, and she asked me, like, I had waves, and she was like, so what clipper do they use for that? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, she thought that they like took the clippers and cut waves into our hair. Oh shit. And I was like, nah, baby, this is a process. Like,
so yo, that's a perfect example of what I was trying to get into. So I when you have, okay, so we was talking about earlier, like Nebraska and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, nowadays you got social media, but people still got to do some catching up. If you're in such an enclosed environment, this is what I was telling. I forgot who I was talking to about this. And shout out, I see Angie and Brian still going at it about this tax.
They not playing in the comment section. What's that, Instagram?
Yeah, they got
and Facebook. Y'all got to step y'all game up because they engaging on Instagram. Yo, we got a whole tax war going on right now.
So Angie says. So Brian said, National Rifle Association is my source. Posted the link. She said, I went to the link, but it doesn't say shit about this tax you talking about. So
the NRA is talking about taxes?
Man, Black, what you talking about? White folks starting from enslavement always felt as though their right to touch black people, especially patting on them in the head. Right, but see, we got to stop right there. So when you say stuff like that, you're encompassing generations and generations. Don't you? If I would say I was completely white or completely black, let's start with white. Say I was completely white. It doesn't even. Let's take race out of it. Don't blame me for what my grandfather did. I have no idea what the fuck he did. I don't care what he ain't got nothing to do with me. If my great grandfather punched this dude in the mouth and then generations later, his great grandson is like, yo, I got beef with you. It's like, how ridiculous does that sound? You know what I'm saying? Don't fucking come at me for something he did.
The only time that works is, I'm sorry to cut you. Yeah. The only time that in that case is when it's systemic.
Right. Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with that because it takes generations and generations to build up a system like that. But as an individual, you know, what happens is people, when you do shit like that, what happens is you see a black person, you see a white person, automatically you think a certain way of them.
Yep.
And you're taking away that person's individuality.
Yes, that's a fact.
No idea who this person is, what they've been through, how they feel about things. And you just basing it on their skin tone.
And then in reverse, what you're doing is you're doing exactly what you're accusing that person of doing.
Exactly.
And it's crazy. Like you take, like you said, you taking away that person's individuality. Like you actually saying you're a suppressor, but I'm about to suppress you.
Right.
And
absolutely.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And it's painful to hear, especially when the older generation hear us say stuff like, I'm not my ancestors. Right. To them, it resonates. To some people, it resonates as us forgetting or almost dismissing hard work or things that was done. And that's not the case. The case is you have to, just like when you go into counseling and you tell them about a traumatic thing and they tell you you have to let that pain go, you have to also let that pain go. And you got to understand, like, certain people like, hey, I experience racism and shit, but I'm not about to have a encounter with every white person coming in thinking they're racist.
Right.
You got to show me what type of person you are in order for me to shun you or treat you differently. You know what I mean? So if you an ignorant ass racist, that don't mean you're white. You can be a black ass ignorant. I know a lot of black ass ignorant ass racist people. But that's the thing. Like, we understand what you're saying, like trying to make that connection. But if a curious white person who does not have a sense of what personal space means to us and don't have a sense of boundaries with black people touch our hair, that doesn't have nothing to do with their ancestors.
And so that's what I was going to get at. Exactly what Dillion just said. Like, under no circumstance did I think that the girls that was feeling on my hair was like thinking like this is some kind of, racial thing or nothing. They were just, again, luckily, most of the time, I didn't mind them invading my personal space. But they're they like invading your like you just said, a motherfucker would come up and kind of like ask you, but not ask you. They just kind of do it while they're asking, and it's like, luckily it wasn't a dude. I never had a dude do that for me, but geez. But yeah, so when you say systemic, no, that's not true. That's why do black folks understand boundaries? Trust me, and you should know this, especially with your age. I'm sure you dealt with a lot of people
that don't understand.
It's not just a white problem. Like,
it's not.
Black people got that issue too. Like,
yes,
everybody got that. It's a personality thing. Some people don't understand fucking personal space. Period.
And you got people within the black community that was just raised different, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. Just like, it not even raised different. Just like me, I grew up in the East Ferry projects, like stray dogs, loose rocks, and helicopters. Like, but my interest even then was so much different than the average little black boy interest at that time. So everybody was like into things like back then. Now I'm into hip hop, but back then everybody was like hip hop heads and football and stuff like that. To me, like, I was hiding the fact that I really, really like science, like planets and shit like that was my shit and still is. But in the black community, we got a thing with black men where it's almost that we can't be multi-implicit. You got to be this way.
Yep, absolutely.
You got to be this way. And if you're not masculine. You're not a black male. You're not, you looked at as weird or different. And we got to get away from those things because we're multi-layered just like everybody else. And we do that to ourselves too.
Yo, and that statement that you made is such a real statement because it's a culture thing, man. It's like, people want to box you in and make you feel like these things that, like you mentioned, like imagine that. Imagine more young kids looking up to be like involved in like planets and science and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being boxed into sports and rap and it's other shit. The world is infinite, man. There's a lot of shit going on. You can't really let it's pretty unfortunate actually because it's no telling how many very like great minds are just being
suppressed.
Condensed and suppressed because of feeling like this.
Mm-hmm. I always say if we didn't have racism and war and shit like that, I really think we'll be like a type 5 civilization, like living on different, like we'll be way more advanced than what we are if we wasn't here arguing about stupid shit like skin color and fucking religion and stuff like that. It's like, bruh, work together, like literally work together to get further in life. Like some of my best accomplishments was built up by working with a team. And that's a fact. So it's just like, I just feel like how I made a post the other day and was just like how you treat somebody you disagree with, say everything about you.
Absolutely.
Because it does. You're going to have differences all day long, people. So just like when we get into these reviews, you might think your shit go hard, but when we listen to it, it might be whack as fuck. That don't mean it got to be a conflict. We don't got to fight you. We don't got to argue with you. We think it's whack. You think your shit go hard.
Pretty much. And so did y'all end that argument or what? Shout out to
Yo.
Angie. Can you touch my hair? You gonna have to talk to my ex about that. She might get upset and unfavorable things might happen. But hey, um, even even being a woman, we pay for dumb shit women do, and men pay for dumb shit men do. Right. Same
Yeah,
thing.
that's a fact.
It's
Yeah.
the same thing. It's the same thing. You blaming the wrong people. You're taking your frustrations that you've dealt with certain people. You're grouping them together with other people, and you're saying fuck all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, same thing with men. Women they deal with the same shit. Like all men ain't shit. All women ain't shit. Which man, I'm almost at that point. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway,
Yo.
uh, so one more thing I want to touch on what you were saying. When we was talking about personal space. What I love about this pandemic. Oh my goodness, dude. Being at any store and being in line is such a relief these days, because now you ain't got no choice but to stay 6 fucking feet away from me.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I hate when people just be standing up on you where you can feel them breathing. Like, can you please back up?
Bro, when I tell you could not work in my job, bro. When I tell you, it was unprecedented. Like the amount they did that. I still am trying to wrap my mind around how these people would come into, and I hate to say like white people, but they were like they were like they all just came up on you, and it was just like it got to at one point like it's this one white dude Brian that worked there. The man really think my name is Will. Because he was like, "What's your name?" And I'm like, "Will," because I just didn't want this man calling my name. Like, it was just like, oh my God. But I mean, we each like even there. One day we sat down and had a conversation similar to this one, and it was really cool because when you sit down and you just have a conversation, you'll find so many. You focus on the differences, but you're gonna find so many commonalities that the differences is gonna start to just be so small, and work throughable. Like, all right, we can actually be cool. Just don't come up on me like that, or just don't talk to me with so much energy before like 9 a.m. because I'm not with it. But I mean, I just think more conversations need to be had, and
Right.
it's this show on YouTube called Mutual Ground that I watch. And it's so interesting because they take two people from like opposite sides of opinions.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah,
And
they sit them down like they got the ex-cons versus the cops. And the craziest thing, they had the Black Lives Matter versus the white supremacists. And out of all them joints, the most ruthless, almost like fight starting one was the fucking vegans versus the meat eaters. It's so crazy. It was like, damn, like y'all was out of all these issues, like y'all was the most passionate ones, but. Y'all gotta check that show out, Mutual Ground. That shit is like really dope. I think it should be like that everywhere.
I fuck with that joint.
Yeah, like just sitting down, because that's really how it is too. Like especially holidays coming up was different because of COVID, but a lot of family members sit down. You gonna hear political debates. You gonna hear hip hop debates. You gonna hear all different type of shit. But at the end of the day, we still here and we thriving together and we eating and we laughing and we enjoying each other. And that's how it should just be like internationally.
Yeah, I agree, man. Shout out to Black, man. He's still here tuning in. Make sure y'all sharing the video. Again, we getting into the music reviews soon. Send your music to submitmaterial@gmail.com. Make sure y'all again sharing. Again, man, the Cash App down there. I ain't even checking the joint.
We slipping.
Yeah. Face mask. It's all down there. Face mask. To make, if you want to hold your spot for the reviews for later tonight, Cash App that joint. We'll get to it. Because a lot of people, they get to complaining, like, how come you ain't review my joint? Listen, it's a lot of joints going on. We get a lot of emails, links, all of that. If you want a guaranteed review tonight, Cash App. And then once we get popping or whatever in the joint going on tonight, you want to get your joint review right away, Cash App. Again, if you just want to support, you want to donate, it's all at the bottom of the screen. We got the face masks, we got the hoodies, the shirts, all of that. So Cash App. Make sure you send your size and where you want me to send it to, and we good. So we went off on a tangent there because we was talking about Breonna Taylor. But man, it just got crazy because it's a lot. It's a lot going on in the world, and it's all connected. But I feel bad for I felt real bad watching her boyfriend talk about what happened because I put myself in his shoes like, damn, that's fucked up, man. You got cuz I could literally feel that cuz I know like okay, so when the pandemic started going down and I don't, it got crazy. It wasn't just it was the pandemic. It was what happened with the dude? See, already forgetting his name. That started this whole shit this year.
George Floyd.
George Floyd. When that shit went down and it got crazy in Buffalo, and you heard about the U-Haul joints going around.
Oh
shooting,
yeah,
dude. Yeah. And it was crazy. The dude, couple houses down, got shot up. So it's me
on your street.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yep. Got laid out. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm generally always on point, but we had to be extra on point around here. So I just put myself in his shoes like, yeah, motherfucker bang down your door. No, dude. Like, I can't sit here and wait and guess or none of that. You know what I'm saying? And especially if it's unfortunate anytime anybody gets killed, but it's like, if I feel like it's got to be you or me or any of my loved ones, you got to go. And you got to put yourself in that person's shoes. Like, again, like we talked about earlier, you're a trained professional. No matter what, you're wrong because you handled the situation incorrectly. And you're dealing with a civilian who's trying to protect his girl, his living area. You know what I'm saying? You just busting down his shit. Again, they were innocent.
And what they say about humans, fight or flight kicking.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So you got to take all of that into account. You sitting there, you know what's about to happen. Y'all got it planned out, written out, diagrams and shit. This dude sitting here watching TV with his girl, and y'all bust down his shit? No, dude, you have to expect that shit. So, I just felt bad for him because it's like, damn, no, in reality, nobody gives a fuck because you don't understand that this dude has to live with that for the rest of his life. Every day he's probably got nightmares, probably can't even fucking sleep no more. All types of mental issues because of that shit for the rest of his life because of these dumb motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Who can't even replay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. For the rest of his life. And just because these dumb motherfuckers ain't want to do their job correctly. You know what I'm saying? But, so yeah, whatever y'all think about the Breonna Taylor, feel free to comment. So what else we got going on? Let's see. We talked about the rappers. We talked about Kanye. T.I.'s got a lot going on right now, man. Trauma, right? What's going on with T.I.?
Man, so T.I.'s his old video clip from the Crime Stoppers thing. It popped up when him and 50 was beefing.
That joint always finds a way to pop back up, yeah.
Right, man. Him and 50 was like beefing, not even beefing. They just like had a little thing going on with the versus battle a couple of months ago, and it came up. And recently, New York City DJ Funk Flex, he kind of like came at T.I. for that and was just like, yeah, it's no justifying that. I think what brought it out was they was talking about the whole Ice Cube situation with Ice Cube talking to Trump's administration and trying to come up with a plan for black people and all that. And I think that conversation started just talking about like people cooperating with the government, and then Funk Flex dropped the bomb about like T.I. Crime Stopper joint, which is
Up. Shout out to Angie, copping the hoodie. Appreciate the support.
Word.
Got you.
Make sure you flick it up and hashtag us on Instagram.
Oh,
too.
Absolutely.
So yeah, Funk Flex kind of just was like, he was trying to pull T.I.'s card, like, yo, you one of the black leaders speaking up about, Black Lives Matter and all this stuff, and yet you was in a Crime Stopper video. So
yo, Funk Flex is annoying as fuck, man.
Yo, I thought I was the only one. Man, he really is though.
But I watched T.I. talk about when he was talking about he wanted to do the verses with 50, and I'm not sure what happened with that. I don't think 50
didn't accept the challenge.
Oh, he ain't accepted.
Mm-hmm.
And then but just recently I seen Busta Rhymes. Oh man, Yo, Bus is funny as hell, man.
That's a funny nigga.
Dude, he is definitely a legend. Like, it's crazy the longevity. We was talking about that earlier. Your age or whatever. Bus has always been from leaders of the new school to. I had his first CD, The Coming. I think it was called The Coming, or was that the second one? I had all of them. I'm trying to think of the names of them though. And he's always been on point with his craft overall, not just lyrics, his song making abilities
and the masterpieces that him and Hype Williams made back in the day.
Nuts,
man,
insane, dude, straight up crazy. So, but anyway, I seen him. I didn't see the whole back and forth. I just seen the one joint where he was based. I guess T.I. had already responded and said he ain't fucking with it, and then Bus was like calling him out, like, come on, man, like, you acting shook right now, basically. You talking about a generational gap. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bus been putting out hits in every generation. So he could really go up against anybody, really. That dude been putting out hits since his first CD. Maybe even before that. That I know of, though, his first CD is definitely Woo-Ha, Got You All in Check. Since that joint, every single joint he put out, he has hits. So his catalog is crazy, man. But
I think I agree with T.I. though, only because
generation.
Yeah, only because. So like I feel like Bus would definitely need somebody like him, like a hip hop titan that just crossed over years, because it is like.
What? Why you think it's unfair?
Not really unfair. I just think like for viewers, I just don't think it would like make sense. Like I just feel like up until now, all the versus battles made sense. Like
I agree with that. I don't think it would make
because it'll just be like mad random. Like you had like Rick Ross and Two Chainz made sense. DMX and Snoop, Dogg versus Dogg, Monica and Brandy, like two R&B. Like
I think that made the most sense. Monica and Brandy.
Yeah, it did. But I just feel, I don't know, like T.I. To me, T.I. and 50 didn't make that much sense.
That didn't
either.
make sense to me either.
I thought like T.I. would go against like Jeezy or like Gucci or Wayne or somebody.
Those is perfect right there.
Yeah.
What's up with that? Now that sound like a good verse. Any one of those sound like a good versus joint to me. Man.
Right. Like it gotta make sense. I feel like I don't even know who I would put up with Bus. Like
it would like you said, it probably would have to be somebody like a Jay-Z or something like that, just because of the catalog and the I get it.
Maybe Luda.
Yeah, Luda might be a good one because you know what, the thing about Bus, you know what, Luda might actually be perfect. You know why? Because they both suffer from the same problem when it comes to hip hop, which is their ability to change their flow and be animated and shit like that. For some reason, a lot of people they do the same thing with Nicki Minaj. They can't it's like they forget about the lyrics as if they're not spitting. Like Bus is a fucking lyrical mastermind, but sometimes it gets lost because he's so animated. He comes up with the crazy hooks, the crazy club joints, and the same thing with Ludacris. His flow is insane. Like, dude,
it's like almost like animated. Yeah. It's like almost like a cartoon.
Right.
Right.
They do, and so when they do that, you don't look at them as somebody like a Pharoah Monch or Cool G Rap or somebody like that. Which, in all actuality, you could put them in that bracket because they're just, if you was to put all of them on the same beat, it would sound crazy. Like Bus is a lyrical mastermind. Same thing with Luda. I ain't gonna lie. Like when I first heard Luda, I thought what I just said. I'm like, nah, he ain't hot. Like he's just animated or whatever. But then once I started listening to his songs and shit, I'm like, nah, nope. He's spitting.
Yeah,
he's spitting. He's definitely, his bars in there.
And especially like the early 2000s, like when I was like a kid, like he was definitely that boy. Like with the little. He had the songs that was safe enough for the kids' birthday parties and shit.
Right. So yeah, T.I., man, what's up, man? Who we gotta go against? I like who did you say? Jeezy?
Jeezy.
That'd be hot.
Yeah. But I think, I don't know, maybe because I think it was like some real smoke there at one point in time. But I don't know. I think even him and Wayne, I think Wayne would crush him, but as far as hits, but I do think that'll still be a good one.
Yeah, yeah, that real. I seen a lot of people talk about different joints like what do you call 50 and Ja Rule. It's like, come on, man. Now, you know damn well that'll never happen.
It will never happen.
Never.
Them two in the same room, bro. I think probably like if they both old and see now, like
right?
maybe, but I don't know that. I think some wounds is just too deep, and that's one of them, man.
Yeah, they really went through it. I know sometimes I forget about how much time has went by, but no, they really went through it. So a lot of people that's just now getting into music and shit like that, you don't see that side of it. No, they really got into it. So I don't think
that's like a beef that's been going on. I can't even think. I'm trying to think of like a beef longer.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nobody. I don't think nobody. Because even like Nas and Jay-Z, they never fully like buried the hatchet, like came out. Well, actually they did.
They did some songs together.
Yeah, they did. They hopped on songs together. They did like an interview, like sit down or whatever. So they more, I don't know. I feel like if they see each other in the industry, it ain't smoke. They'll probably flick it up or whatever. But them two, yeah. I wonder what it had been like that for Big and Pac.
That's a good thought. What y'all think, man? Make sure y'all comment in the comment section. Just sent one. Y'all get it. I don't know, Zach. I will definitely check, though, when we get to the reviews, which is coming up real soon. What we talking about? The verses? Yeah. So, wait, Ja Rule? Yeah, that's a long joint. Cause I was getting ready to say him and Rick Ross, but nah, that was.
No, I think Ja Rule and 50 would make sense though, but
yeah,
it just can't happen
definitely.
because of shit. They should do 50 verse like they did back in
they did the
Kanye like smoked 50's boots with themselves. Like it was sad.
50 verse Game. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh yeah.
Actually, you know what? I think they did kind of like squash they shit, so that would be a good joint. Shout out to Chris on that joint.
Or groups like G Unit versus somebody else.
G Unit versus the Locks. I fuck with that. That's what I want to see.
You know what? That would go hard. That would.
I want to see.
I would definitely have the Locks though.
I
would have the Locks for sure.
Unfortunately, yeah, I ain't gonna say unfortunately. I would have the Locks too. You know what? To be honest, I wasn't really fucking with G Unit like that. I was one of the outsiders because, I didn't like Tony Yayo. I thought he was whack. I thought, what's the other dude name?
Lloyd Banks.
I thought the thing that bothered me about Lloyd Banks is, I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know. I can't call it. What was I saying? G Unit? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I wanted to like Banks, but for some reason his shit just bothered me, man. It was like I appreciate the fact that he had bars, you know what I'm saying? Like he was spitting, but I don't know, man. I don't know if it was like the monotone of his shit or I never really got into his shit. Like for me, it was always 50. I'm like, man, like 50 just be, and even though Lloyd spits harder than 50, I don't know, like 50 shits be crazy. Like
or G Unit versus Dipset. That'll be good too.
That'd be ignorant. That would be ignorant, man. Or any of them, really.
Yeah.
You could do Dipset versus Lock, shit. Or Dipset versus D Block.
Oh yeah.
Cool. So, what else we got? What else we talking about, man? What y'all talking about in the comments? World fan, shout out to Ray. I see you, man. Make sure y'all sharing. Make sure you commenting. We're gonna get into the reviews real quick. But before we do that, we gotta talk about a couple more things. Let's talk about I'm gonna let Dillion decide. Election or Philly? You heard about what's going on in Philly? The riots?
I'm going to say Philly only because I don't know that much about it.
Okay. So, all right, we're not going to do too much Griselda promotion here. But, yeah, I see you. Philly, what y'all think about what's going on in Philly? So, what did you hear about it? Did you hear about the riots?
I just heard about the riots.
Okay.
Like the news been like shooting like so fast.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
It's almost hard to keep up.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, and I be like trying to take my breaks from that shit a little bit. Like
Yeah.
try not to be so like emotionally invested in shit.
Cause it gets crazy.
Right.
Man.
So I'll be taking my breaks, but then when I come back from my breaks, it'd be like, this, and this happened. I'm like, fuck.
Cause I noticed that's what happens with me, man. We started doing this podcast. I'm like, man, I wanna talk about some shit that's going on. And that's what happens. You get emotionally invested in shit because it's like, it's crazy shit going on in the world. It's like, man, what the fuck is wrong with people? But Walter Wallace. So the video I saw, how I came across it was on IG. It was just a video on IG. It said, it says sensitive content. That always piques the interest. It's like, well, shit, what's this? So I clicked that joint. And what I saw was this dude. I saw 2 cops, I believe, and this dude, and it was a lady that was looked like she was kind of like trying to calm dude down or something. And dude was kind of walking around. He walked around these cars. The cops was kind of in the street, and he was kind of like on the side. It looked like he went from the street to the sidewalk back to the street. I'm not sure. He's kind of just like pacing or some shit. And it was, he came out to the street. When he came out to the street, the whole time the 2 cops got their guns drawn. So I watched the video a few times, but I guess they said he had a knife in his hand. And then from what I'm hearing, it was a butter knife, but I don't know if that's a fact or not. I just know I've seen that in a lot of places.
So I definitely did hear this story.
And then I found out later that was his mother. So anyway, they shot him down, killed him, shot him multiple times, killed him in front of his mom. It was his mom I guess his mom was trying to, de-escalate the situation. Like, hold on, ain't nothing. It's not crazy, nothing going on here.
Right.
But the dude with the knife, he started walking towards the cops, and they laid him out. So they said, now again, I don't know, I didn't go too deep into this. So if y'all watching, y'all know what's going on. Y'all could comment about this Philly situation, Walter Wallace. So what I hear is he has mental issues.
Yeah.
So, man, I watched that joint and I found out that was his mom, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I don't know if she punched the cop or threw. It looked like she threw something, or I don't know, man. But she was dude, that shit was crazy, dude. I can't even imagine. Imagine your son getting laid out in front of you, man.
Mm-hmm. And this is what we talk about when we say defund the police. A lot of people, like, it's a trigger for them because they think it means like, oh, punish them all. No, defund the police is meaning taking some of those state funds from them and putting it into stuff like mental institutions. America is one of the only countries where we do not have, there's no in place like emergency anything for people that's like mentally issued. Like over in Paris, they got the cops, and then it's a line for if it's dealing with somebody with a mental issue. Like what happened to straitjackets? What happened to tasers? Like it was so many different avenues they could have took with Walter that made it crazy. Like, damn, like is like firing y'all gun, is that law and order for y'all? Is that the first and last step that y'all have to take in order to do this? Like if a man is coming at you with a knife and you're a cop, you should have enough training to know the alternatives. Especially if this is somebody with mental issues. Right. And I actually like, cause my aunt is a cop in New York City. And if you talk to a lot of like officers, they don't even want to deal with mental challenged people because they're not trained. That's not their line of service. They don't want to deal with that. And it's like, it needs to be something in place where if it's a call because a mental person with autism or anything is kind of just causing any type of civil disruption, it needs to be tactics to go in there and remove that person before anybody gets hurt, including them. But to just call the cops for that situation, knowing that they trigger happy and they just waiting for the correct opportunity, like right opportunity or wrong opportunity to just fire their gun, is sick.
I seen a couple situations where somebody had a knife and the cop either shot them once or shot them in the leg or tasered them. These boys laid dude out. And again, from what I heard, it was just a butter knife. Like, even if it was a regular knife, still, like you said, proper training. But to me, man, my problem is common sense. It's like, come on, man. Like, if you see somebody, you feel like, okay, he wasn't complying. Let's put that out there as well. He wasn't complying. So, okay, if you're like, all right, there's nothing else. He's not complying. He's not listening. And you feel like he's a danger. So, de-escalate the situation. You don't have to kill him. You don't have to, again, multiple shots. Like, you're not going to war with this individual. You just need to put a stop to him. Shoot him in the foot. Shoot him in the leg. Fire a warning shot.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, warning shot.
Again, like you said, though, what's up with the tasers? Where the tasers at? The rubber bullets and all that. Where are these non-lethal weapons? Because, and then, some of those situations is horrible, too. Because I've seen the joints where they've tased people to death. That's crazy. You ever seen any of those situations?
Yeah.
Where they tase them to death. I seen the one joint, dude called the cops, and he got tased, or was it his wife? Either way, it was his property. It was him. And it was the wrong person. They tasered him to death. The fuck is wrong with y'all, man? Mm-hmm. It's just human beings, fucking pieces of shit, man. There's too many of them. The evil ones.
Right.
There's too many of them. There's too many of them with power. People like that don't need to be.
And it's a responsibility on their end too.
Absolutely.
That's lacking. Get to know your community.
Right.
That you policing.
Right. Yep.
Get to know your community.
Right.
If you a cop, I see a lot of Buffalo police. Like sometime when I used to go to Signature Barbershop to get my hair cut,
right, they
would come in there, chop it up with people. That's what we talking about. Because if you would have known your community, it would have been a cop. It would have been a cop there to be like, yo, this is Walter. Put y'all guns down.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, we got to get them up out of here.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what it should be. Instead of like being trigger happy. Oh, he coming at us with a weapon. They not gonna have a reason, even though everybody cameras out.
That's their first response, to go for the gun.
Yeah, it's like, go for the gun. And it's like, bro, get to know your community. Get to know who's who. So when you arrive, you can even have a better knowledge on how to police based off of that.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, man. So, I see it's not too many of y'all talking about this Walter Wallace situation. Y'all got to get on that. So because of that, man, well, shit, within that video, like, it went from dude and his mom to shit. People started piling up, yelling and screaming. So I don't know what happened, exactly, but I know when I went back on IG later on, it was riots. And they was wilding in there. The cops was running away from them. I'm like, man, hey, usually I don't fuck with riots. I'm like, man, shit, it's dumb. I get it. You're angry. But when I saw the cops running, I got a little gratification off that.
No, that's cool. A fact, though. That's a fact. I think everybody that seen what we've been seeing, well, for the most part, will probably feel like that. Like, it ain't so good when what they say when the rabbit got the gun or some shit.
Yeah. Like,
come on, like.
All right, cool. So, again, y'all can comment in the comment section. We're gonna get into these music reviews. So let's see what we got. Again, CashApp ThisIsHipHopLife. Follow us on IG. ThisIsHipHopLife. the website, ThisIsHipHopLife. You got music you want us to review? Submit material at gmail.com. That's the email. And so I'm just going to run through the email list real quick. Let's see what we got, what we could pull up here.
We hope y'all coming with that fire too.
Yeah. Listen, I don't have high hopes, but I would like to hear some shit because last show was, dude, we had some joints. I was very surprised. I lost a couple bets on that, and I was happy about it though, because this is what we looking for, you know. So we're gonna get into this. Make sure y'all still sharing. The music reviews is starting in just a couple minutes. I'm just pulling up some joints right now. Yes, Luda is a beast. I agree with that. Yeah, my thing with Luda is, man, what solidified him for me was this one time I seen him on MTV. They had this show with Redman and Method Man, and they was pranking him. And so the prank was they was gonna do a track with him, and so they made a beat. I think Method Man made it, but maybe both of them made it. But it wasn't real. Like it was offbeat. It was horrible. It was like a frog or something. I don't even remember. It was crazy. And so I was cracking up watching the joint. They was cracking up. They was like, yo, this motherfucker really, they in the studio, he go in the booth, and he's like, yeah, I wrote some shit. So he go in the booth, and he's spitting to the joint. And I might be lying, but I think Method Man was fucking with the beat while he was trying to record too.
Oh, okay, I see. Listen,
he still spit on that shit. Like the shit was raw. So it was like, I'm like, damn. Like,
it was a show?
Yeah. I think it was, you ever seen Punk'd with Ashton Kutcher? It kind of reminded me of that, but it was, I maybe they doing like a special edition with Redman and Method Man or some shit. I'm not sure, but.
So it was like back when MTV had all them, like, it was like testing different show ideas and shit.
And so when he did that, that solidified it for me because he actually, and that's what he said too. He was like, man, shit, I don't give a fuck. I still ripped that shit.
Right.
Because afterwards he came out, he's like, yo, we just fucking with you. It's a prank. And she was like, shit, I still ripped it though. It's like, word, he did. I'm like, it's probably on YouTube somewhere. I don't know if I should start from the bottom or the top. I think I'm going to start from the top. We got Zach O'Neal. Is that the stage name?
Zach O'Neal.
Ocon. It's called We Love That.
Ocon. We love that. All right.
Wait, now before I play this.
Shout your city out, Zach.
Yeah, where you from?
Tina. Met her at the bar, she was drinking margaritas, yeah. I know a girl named Rita.
Is this a true story?
Met her at the mall, she was rocking some Adidas. I know a girl named Vicky. Met her on the strip, 1 to 10, she a 50. I know a girl named Nikki.
Black co-signed it. I'm glad somebody remembers that.
Love me a rag, send me a pic, come to the crib, hop in a sack, having some fun, making me calm, right on your bonds, bringing it back. Love me a rag, send me a pic, come to the crib, having a sack, having some fun, making me calm, right on your bonds.
Make sure y'all comment in the comment section what y'all think about this.
We love that. Why you shake it when you walk like that? Why you sounding when you talk like that? Oops. We love your ass. We love that. Why you shake it when you walk like that? Why you sounding when you talk like that? Hold up, wait a minute, let me tell a quick story. Met this girl named Brittany, left the panties on my floor. Next morning when I woke up, my mama, she said, hey, Zach, whose shoes are at the door? I said, Brittany's, I'll bring them back. She said, okay, well, I got one more thing I need to ask. Can you come on down the stairs, but please just make it fast? I said, okay, that's no problem, I'll be there right in a dash. She had the panties on a stick and then she threw them in the trash. Love me a rack, send me a pic, come to the crib, hop on the sack, having some fun, making me come, right on your bonds, bringing it back. Love me a rack, send me a pic, come to the crib, having a sack, having some fun, making me come, right on your bonds. We love your boobs, we love your ass.
Okay, so Dillion the Villain, what you think about that?
So first, it wasn't hip hop. Second, I mean, a nice song. I could see it. I could see it on TikTok. I could see like the younger crowd liking it. I could see people like getting drunk as fuck and them like techno clubs dancing to this and shit. Like, I don't know. It was like a fun song. I mean,
I like what Black said. Black said cute.
Yeah, like I didn't dislike it, but it wasn't hip hop. So
yeah,
well, put that shit on TikTok. It's gonna go up.
What I'm gonna say about it is, damn, man. Here I go again, man. I'm trying to. I don't think I got it in me tonight, man. So I'm gonna just say fuck that shit. You shouldn't have sent that shit to us, man. Like, I don't want to hear that shit that's not hip hop, man. Get that shit out of here, man.
We love your
I mean, keep doing what you're doing, man, but keep it over there.
Right.
All right. So we're gonna keep it moving on to the next one. Let's see what we got up in here, man. We going through. Shout out to Zach, though, man, doing your thing, making music, man. We on to the next one. I need to check these joints off. All right, so this is, I believe this is just a beat, which is also cool, man. You a producer, throw the beats in the mix. We'll play them, review them. And before I play this joint, I feel like I heard Spicy K before. I feel like I heard that name.
Make sure y'all shouting out y'all cities too.
Oh yeah. Where you from? Zach, where you from? Spicy K, where you from? I'm not gonna like this joint. Hold on, let me just press play. So this is Spicy K. The name of the beat is Bank. Yo, make sure y'all hit up that Cash App, man. We got the hoodies, the shirts, the face mask, and follow us on IG. You know what's up. Let's go. Y'all to understand the only reason this joint even played this long is because I was fucking with my phone.
I was wondering why too. I'm like, this shit is actually boring.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty bad. Pretty sad. I don't want to hear that shit, man. I don't.
It didn't even sound finished, really.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
like
a good way. But see, Dillion got the good critiques, man. that is true. It sounds like something you working on.
You made it on like GarageBand.
That shit sound like you made it on your fucking phone.
Yeah,
man.
like
you don't take this shit serious. Not making shit like that. Wait, hold on. Let me not go in. Wait. Spicy K. Hold on. Watch this. We gonna do this.
it's another one of they.
Nah, I ain't fucking with none of this shit. Hold on.
That one is a little better.
Yeah, this sounds a little more complete. You know what I'm saying? If I was you, I'm gonna go ahead and throw a like on that joint. If I was you and you trying to get your shit out there, that if you're gonna send something to someone, send that joint I was just playing. It's called Mystery. But generally speaking, I ain't fucking with these beats. I don't really have a good critique for it. I just ain't fucking with it.
Yeah, like I don't either.
So moving along, what we got next? Let's see who we got next. Again, man, send y'all joints to submitmaterial@gmail.com. MP3s, SoundCloud links, YouTube links. That was sent from your iPhone. That's nice to know. Who was that? Spicy K. Okay, cool. So now we got Infamous. Wait, hold on. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Infamous Salone. It says Wonder featuring Cell and Sin. All right. I would like to point out that this person has not said anything in this email. No subject. Nothing is written in the email. It's just the MP3. So I don't know who's who, what's what. I don't know where I can listen to your music. I don't know where I can find you anywhere on social media, the internet, anything. So this is horrible.
So there's another mystery person here.
Yes, again, so I'm going to say this again, and probably throughout the course of this entire podcast series. Listen, when y'all send music, make sure you state your name and where your music could be found on the internet. Otherwise, it's just a waste. What happens when we like your music and we can't find you? We want to promote you or we want to give you spins and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? How are we going to do that? Don't know who you are. Can't even tell people who's on the track. I mean, I guess selling sin. I don't know, man. I don't know what that means. Sell sin. Featuring Cell and Sin, or is that one person Cell Sin? Is this featuring Cell and Sin?
Where? Zach, you missed it, buddy. We played your joint.
Oh yeah, we played a couple of your joints actually. That was the beat.
No, this was
the Adidas and the girl and the
We Love Your Boobs.
It was an okay song, but get that shit out of here, man. We ain't doing that. This is hip hop. We looking for hip hop, man. Raw shit. That doesn't fit the criteria. So shout out to Lincoln Edwards watching. So like I said, we just gonna get into this joint, whoever this is. Make sure y'all comment in the comment section what y'all think about, what you hearing.
Like we always do about this time. Yeah.
Let's go.
We the last of a dime breed
This
out
joint better be
here.
hot. It's starting off nice.
But fuck. It's all love though. This for the streets, motherfucker. Yeah. This can't be life, Lord. Kinda makes me wonder. Can't let the waves of the world take us under. What's the move though? We hustling sundown to sun up. When the pressure build, I'm passing it off to my runner. This can't be life, Lord. Kinda makes me wonder. Can't let the waves of the world take us under. What's the move though? We hustling sundown to sun up. When the pressure build, I'm passing it off to my runner. Just a baby, I ain't know much and Pops wasn't there. Moms tried, but truth is I ain't show no care. Maybe the streets had me
blinded and I fell unaware of the fact that some things about life ain't fair, like what it costs really to be accepted by few. Run the block to hit licks and break bread with my crew. You just wouldn't understand, that's why you look how you do. Ain't where I'm from, and over here the skies ain't blue. For every time I fell short and couldn't hold my end up, trying to catch mama tears and walk with my chin up. Out the gate since day one, fresh out the womb, I've been fucked. Am I wrong cause I let my son walk with that thing tucked? I don't know, but one thing is for sure, it's getting cold out, and how I view shit is a blur. If I could only change things back to how they were, side by side with my loved ones, that's my this word. Can't be life, Lord, kinda makes me wonder. Can't let the ways of the world take us under. What's the move though? We hustling sundown to sun up. When the pressure
right, shout out to again, I'm not sure who this is. The email address is it says Infamous Salon, but that's definitely not what the track says. I think it's called Wonder, featuring Selling Sin or Sell Sin. Damn man, I'll let Dillion the Villain go.
That joint was nice.
Yeah.
I like I like what they were saying on there. The hook was nice. Beat was nice. Verses was good. I don't know, for some reason I just wanted to hear a little like something more special on the hook there. Like that was like maybe if it was like a quiet moment, like more, I don't know. Like I just wanted to hear something more special on the hook, but definitely a good song. And I think that I think this was hip hop. I think it should go on the lineup. I liked it. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. You know what? I agree with Dillion for the most part. Like, it was cool.
A little aged, I'll say.
Yeah.
Like it did sound a little aged. Like if I would think that it came out like it sounded like something like some early 2000s.
Yeah, absolutely. It had what do you call Guru / Just Blaze feel to the beat, Dipset type of joint. I like, shout out to Black. He said I like that one. Basic story. His voice is good for his flow. Yeah, I agree with that. And what Dillion said, it's a good joint. It's it's a good joint. Not very. I wish it had more oomph to it.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
People like that should like link with other creators. Only like because if he would have like found somebody that could have made the hook
right
better, it would have just would have made the song pop more.
Right. Yep.
With what he had to say.
Agreed 1,000%. Make sure y'all send in that music in, submit material at gmail.com. We doing the music reviews right now. Make sure you comment. You can go ahead and tell us how y'all feel about this. I don't know. I'm on my live too. I don't know if y'all can hear the music through my headphones. But again, this is Hip Hop Life IG. Get the apparel. Cash App. It's all at the bottom of the screen, man. All the info's right there. So show your support, man. We bringing hip hop back to life. That's the mission here, man. Not just good music, hip hop. Period, man. The culture. We bringing it back to life. So I'm a rap artist. You know what this says? What is that right there? Cizo? C.
How's it spelled?
C''ZO.
Yeah, I would say Cizo.
Well, I mean, that's what it says right there, but on here it's just CZO. All right. Well, I'm going to call him C. And Red Alert, I guess the name of the song is called Politics. I got a joint called Politics, too. But we're going to see what your shit is about. Hold on. Before we play it, if you in the joint, if you in the video in the comment section, but where you from, where you at, you gotta tell us. Rep your city, rep your town. All right, here we go. Christopher Green, shout out to The Rock.
Definition ahead. It's right here on earth. Things don't get no better, just get worse. They wanna take us away. The proof is right in our face. Cops shooting, killing us every day. They wanna take us away. So to the Lord I pray, please Lord just save me a place. They wanna take us away. I swear they wanna take us away. Cops shooting, killing us every day. Land of the free, huh? Home of the braves. Blacks still blacks, we still treated like slaves. And them people ain't your people, and you know that ain't equal. How the fuck you get killed over a tea can and some Skittles? No justice, no peace in this hell world America. Color our skin, so they claim they be fearing us. Hands up, get down, but they don't get nowhere with us. Either they gon' pull out or try to have their way with us. All lives matter, understanding them all facts. But the issue is the world against us, cause we black. And how many times gotta scream that it can't breathe? But you proceed, apply pressure with your definition ahead. It's right here on earth. Things don't get no better, just get worse. They wanna take us away. The proof is right in our face. Cops shooting, killing us every day. They wanna take us away. So to the Lord I pray, please Lord just save me a place. They wanna take us away. I swear they wanna take us away. Cops shooting, killing us every day.
I know these pussy ass niggas wanna take me away. I wake up early every morning, I be greasing the cake. Losing all my nigga to the streets made me this way. A nigga try me in this bitch and I be catching the case. Man, this shit crazy how the cops doing niggas. I guess I'm racist too, cause I really shoot a nigga. But do you see the way them cops did Sandra Bland? They said all lives matter, please help me understand. If you wear a black hoodie, you might get dead like Trayvon. Life is a bitch, I hope I'm ready when my day come. Free my little brother, yeah, he locked in the fed. The system fucked up, they want us dead or in a cell.
Ahead. It's right here on earth. Things don't get no better, just get worse. They wanna take us away. The proof is right in our face. Cops shooting, killing us every day. They wanna take us away. So to the Lord I pray, please Lord just save me a place. They wanna take us away. I swear they wanna take us away. Cops shooting, killing us every day.
So shout out to Cordell Williams from NC, North Carolina. What up?
Shout out to NC.
What you think about that, Dylan?
So first I gotta say, like, I respect the message and everything that was being talked about. It takes a lot to like make a song and come with an approach of like what's going on, like approaching like modern day issues and stuff like that. So I respect that. As far as judging the song, I would say I kind of put it in the same boat like the one that we just played before. It sounded a little aged to me, and it was missing a creative element. It wasn't much creative effort to me. I did like what was being said, and I think just based off of that alone, I would have to say I fuck with it. But it would be like I feel like if you're gonna talk about like social injustice or anything like that, I feel like we heard so much of it that it could become, and it's sad to say this, but it could become like kind of generic. So I feel like you gotta kind of put a creative element in there to make you stand out from the rest of what we already heard. But other than that, I feel like it was cool, and shout out to them. Shout out to North Carolina. And yeah, keep pushing and making music with message in it.
This is Hip Hop Life. Follow us on IG. So what I'm gonna say about that joint is I fuck with that joint, man. Like that joint was hot. I like the beat, I like the flow, I like what you was saying. I'm you know, I ain't gonna front, man. Like I really ain't feel like doing this podcast tonight, man. I'm in a very bad mood, but it's like, you know, when I hear shit like this, it makes me hopeful that people got shit to say. Cause a lot of the music, motherfuckers ain't saying nothing. They're not saying a thing. So I can appreciate that you put something real out there. Like Dylan was saying. I like the joint. The only thing I got like an issue with the whole auto tuning thing. I got an issue with people rapping like that. But I was able to deal with it on this song. Like it wasn't like, fuck, like I don't want to hear this shit. It wasn't like that. It was just, cool. I get it. That's what boys do these days or whatever. So I get it. You know what I mean? But I would have preferred without it, or maybe add like a vocalist to the joint to add more soul to it. Like singing, like a real vocalist. I don't know. I got a thing with the auto tune. It bothers me. I do.
For a minute, I was like, wait, Lil Baby is on this joint?
Right. But I definitely fuck with the joint. It's a hot song. So that's that. Period. Again, Cordell Williams. What's your IG? Where can we find your music? Make sure you throw all that in the comments. Appreciate you contributing good music to the culture. So we on to the next joint. Let's see what we got. The auto-tune wasn't impressive, but when dude was spitting, I was feeling it. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Who was this? Wait. Okay, Outside Infamy featuring Sin. This is a video. Hold on. Again, make sure y'all following us on IG. This is Hip Hop Life. Follow the page on Facebook. It's Underground Rappers, 2 words. You see the logo with the 3 mics in the fist. What else we got? Like I said, the hoodies, the apparel. Make sure y'all support. Make sure y'all donate. CashApp This Is Hip Hop Life. If you come on, man, look at this hoodie. Joint nice. We got the sweatshirt on the wall. You see it. It's nice. You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't
face mask, protect yourself out here, and rep at the same time.
Rep hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And the joint just look raw. Period. Like this shit's hot, man. You got the fist grabbing the 3 mics, crushing that joint. It's hip hop, man. What else we got going on? Every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Make sure you send that music in. We try to get everything in before that instead of live on air. But again, if you drop the Cash App, you skip the line, you get reviewed ASAP. So we're going through the emails right now. Keep sending them in. Again, skip the lines, $5, I believe, Cash App. All the information is at the bottom of the screen. So send that music, submitmaterial@gmail.com. And you know what? We like to hear from y'all, man. Y'all want to talk about specific subjects? Go ahead. Throw it out there, man.
That's a fact. Make sure y'all let us know. Engage. Make sure you share this post to different groups and everything. We trying to support, help y'all, help us.
Help y'all, help us, help you. Again, this is Outside by Sin and Infamy. It's a video. I guess I could throw it on the screen if y'all give me a second. Matter of fact, if I'm doing this shit better be hot. I'm doing all this. I'm going to try to throw the video on the screen. Hold on. Let's see. Give me 1 second. While I'm doing that, make sure y'all sharing.
Yeah, make sure y'all share the post. Go to This Is Hip Hop Life on our Instagram page. Make sure if you get any apparel, if we featured your song on the show, you want to hashtag us. Make sure y'all engage. Check out some of the content that we got on our website. This is hiphop.life. Check out the music reviews. And, man, just let us know what y'all think. Share that link on your social media page. Share.
Yeah, like Dylan said, man, make sure y'all tagging us when you post. I got to go through the IG. Somebody was tagging us. We had a few people tagging us, and I don't know who they are. I forgot. I said I was going to shout them out. We going to shout them out. I just got to get a second here to get this together. No, we don't want that. Let's delete that. Ooh, That was the wrong one. All right, delete that then.
Yeah, we getting into these music reviews so far. We heard 2 songs that was good. 2 songs with like a message behind it and everything. And we had my boy Zach holding it down for the. I don't know, Zach. You said you had some hip hop to send us. I'm interested to hear what that sound like after we heard your "We Love Boobs and Ass" song. So.
All right, so I did find the video joint, so we're going to play the video so y'all can see it. Hold on, let me. Bam. Let's see here. So how y'all feel about the whole versus thing with Wait, so does T.I. have somebody to go against yet, or he's still looking for somebody?
I think he looking. He looking for somebody. I think he really wanted 50, but that ain't fall through the way he thought it was.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna bring this joint up. Boom.
Niggas scared to come outside. Catch a virus and die if you come outside. Itching to catch a body, police wait outside. Body your black ass if you don't act right. Lied to justify, say they fear for their lives. I deaf, they entertainment, tune in every night. Replaying the same trauma, news ratings sky high. Interviews with the family, no justice in sight. The anguish that I feel seeing black mothers cry turn me into Michael Johnson, 40 cap on my side. Hollow tip in the chamber, I'm just trying to survive. My kids gon' see they daddy, I ain't dying tonight. One officer down, nigga, fuck a blue light. Ain't got shit to lose, might as well go and fight. Don't understand my plight, don't understand my struggle. Had to walk through hell and back to understand this hustle. Had to face my demons when I went outside. Some niggas didn't make it. Glad that I survived. Facing these pale devils, no soul in their eyes. Orchestrate your oppression, then they get criticized. My ancestors saw bodies hang outside. No different from now, death can be televised. Or put on social media for comments and likes. Another protest, another riot tonight.
That's why I stay my ass inside. Why we fear for our life every time we look back and see the flashing lights. Both them pigs might take your cash and split it in half. While you getting hit with that stick in that back. Or plant some shit in your whip that you didn't have. We don't have to say much for them to tase us. I hope they don't turn their body cams off, cause then nobody can save us. If we can't catch it on cam, is this another throwaway case to hang up? Gave up, why they wanna try and frame us? Getting death's duty with a slap on the wrist. Goddamn, these cuffs too tight the way they slap on our wrist. I bet you ain't never been locked up for some shit you never did. Got out, and 2 weeks later go right back in. It's always been fuck the system ever since they tampered with my piss. Even the hair analysis don't mean shit when the judge is handing you classes after and sending you back to the lab for a piss. We're all guilty to proving innocent. That's why I just stay my ass at the crib. Man, fuck them pigs. We're all guilty to proving innocent. That's why I just stay my ass at the crib.
Was that the end of the song?
You want to know why running on the treadmill 7 days a week doesn't work for you when you're trying to lose weight? Because it never has. And
Got the ad playing.
Shout out to the ad, whatever it was. Probably a cell phone commercial. These ads be all off topic with whatever they selling.
So, yeah, the video, I did not get to really watch, but, no, hold on. I'm gonna let Dillion, how'd you feel about the song?
So, kind of like the same case. Like,
Shout out Strat, I see you. What up,
I respect I respect the message in the song and in the music. I also respect the fact that you took time out to to mention like current events and everything that's going on currently, and it kind of ties in. It's so crazy because like the whole like tangent joint me and he went on about the Breonna Taylor and then racial injustice. It's like the music that's being sent like aligned with it perfectly. So like I appreciate that. I'm not gonna really bash the song, but I gotta talk about like the structure of the song. I don't feel like it had anything that stood out. I don't feel like it was extremely special. And again, I'm talking about the structure of the song, not what was being said, not the message. But yeah, it would have been like I did like the I like the beat because I like the instrument playing in the background. It gave it like you was anticipating throughout the whole song. So I like that. You know what? I mean, I'm gonna just say this song was good. I'm gonna just say it was good, and I wouldn't touch it. I would like to hear like other stuff from this artist, but for the most part, I think it was a good song.
I agree. Like I felt like it was a good song. What bothered me was I don't know if that was like how many verses was it? Was 3 or 2?
I think it was 3.
Damn, man. I got lost on the second joint, I think it was. It was bothering me. Like, dude, his rhyme pattern was off for me. Like, I didn't really like how he was rhyming on the beat. The first joint was hot. I definitely like whoever was first. I like the song overall. I think that it got brought down a couple notches after the first verse, though. And so, but shout out to y'all, man. Like I said, overall, I did like the song. We gonna give y'all a thumbs up and subscribe. So we subscribe to y'all joint. And so that was Infamy, Sin, and that was called Outside. So shout out to y'all. And then boom. So we gonna make sure y'all send in that music. Submit material at gmail.com. Hopefully we get to you tonight. If not, we'll get to you next week. We'll probably do like 1 or 2 more joints again. If you want to skip the line, you know the drill. Cash App below. Oh, they saying the joint. All right, cool. So boom. Continue, finish. I'm gonna finish that up. We're gonna get into the next joint. Make sure y'all follow us on IG. This is Hip Hop Life. I'm kind of upset that this is even taking up space in my brain right now. But did you see what's his name? Damn, what's dude's name? The dude that he responded to Meg Thee Stallion.
Tory Lanez,
yeah. Tory Lanez, that's right. Did you see him respond?
Yeah, I did.
So Tory Lanez responded to Stallion, and I very unfortunately watched it because I'm trying to stay in the loop with things for y'all. What I got from it, again, it's all opinions because we don't have footage, we don't have nothing. It's all talk. Other than, Meg being in the hospital for her wounds. So I watched it. I watched a good portion of it too, man, because I was listening to dude talk. And you know what he sounded like to me? He sounded like he was trying to explain his way out of something instead of telling what happened.
Right.
I didn't like how he was doing. It sounded like a young. How old is Tory Lanez?
He's 27, 28 actually.
Oh
28.
no. See, that threw me all the way off because he sounded like an 18-year-old. You ever been around somebody and they be talking and you be like,
yeah,
shut your lying ass up.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I felt when he was talking. It's like, all this talking you doing, and you're not really saying nothing.
Saying nothing, right?
You know, he's like, and the whole time he spent a lot of time trying to discredit what's her name? Stallion. He's trying to discredit Stallion's situation where he's like, yeah, well, if this happened, where was the bullet tray? And yeah, you're doing too much at that point. Who shot her? Did you shoot her? Like, why you ain't just say, I did not shoot her? Like, if that was me, that's all I'd be saying. It's like, y'all motherfuckers is nuts. I ain't shoot shit. But the fact that you trying to sit here and do 2 hours worth of explaining of why the bullet shell is not here or why there was no exit wound or whatever type of conspiracy shit you trying to draw up, that makes me feel like something ain't right with what you saying.
You're right.
It was too much. It was too long and drawn out. Should have got straight to the point. Like, yo, I ain't shoot her, man. It's fucked up what happened, whatever, but I ain't shoot her.
The only like good point I would give him is when he just said like, why would you get back in the car with the person that shot you? Because I thought that too, but then at the same time, I don't know. But then at the same time, like when you think about the situation where they was at,
right,
and the fact that it wasn't just him in the car, it was also her people too. So that then explains that. But I agree with you 100%. I do feel like he was trying to like explain his way out, and it's just kind of, even though it's like not our business, but it's public,
right? But
it's just frustrating because it's just like, dude, say like, okay, in Megan's video, she said this nigga Tory shot me.
Yeah.
So what's like who? Okay, so you didn't shoot her. You just gave us all the evidence why. Like you said, who shot her? Because obviously there was a gun. Obviously it was fired. He was like, it was glass in her foot. It was broken glass. Where is the broken glass? Like the story is just not making sense, and it's left to speculation, and it's making everybody just look crazy.
That's another thing because they was talking about she ain't get shot, and I was like, well, I thought she posted a photo or some shit. 'Cause I seen headlines about it. And so they was talking about the actual wound, and I'm like, all right, I guess I got to take a look at this shit. So she posted a picture of her foot. Now I'm looking at it and then looking at what people are saying about it. And here's what I'm going to say, man. She got shot. There's no fucking debating that shit. Like, whether the bullet hit her a certain way or not, I don't know. But pieces of glass will not do that to your foot. Like if it was like if someone was trying to stab you with a large piece of glass or something, then okay. But the way her foot looked, no, she got shot. Like a bullet hit that shit. And but then there's different stories too. Like I heard she got shot more than once. I also heard that, well, like I said, people were saying that she did not get shot. And then people are confusing the term of shot and grazed. It's like, listen, fuck that. If you got grazed, you got shot. Like, I'm not trying to hear that shit. Oh, the bullet went here, so I ain't really get shot. No, the bullet hit you, you got shot. So, and not only that, but y'all trying to discredit Megan for saying she got shot if she got grazed. That's defeating the whole. You're not even paying attention to the point, to the fact of the matter of this chick just got shot. It doesn't matter how she got shot. She got shot. You hanging with your friends. Obviously something happened there. I don't know if it was Tory, and then I ain't find out till later that what really happened, which I guess. So, like I said, I'm mad this is in my brain. This is
it's in all of our brains because it's been fucking pushed on us. Like this story was like forced on us.
Man, I hate it. Everywhere on IG, man. I don't even follow these people. You know what I'm saying? But it's just everywhere. So anyway, so I guess dude was fucking with her Meg's friend, and they're in the same vehicle together. So then I'm like, well, damn, if that's the case, and shit, maybe an argument popped off, and I could see how that could go left real quick if you ain't know, and then you find out. I could see how that could get crazy in there, and I'm like, well, damn, I wonder if the chick had anything to do with it. You know, like, damn, I wonder what really happened. And were they fighting over the
gun?
And
then she's arguing with Megan's other friends.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just so much added to the situation. Whereas somebody just, at this point, I mean, shit, we got people like Trump and shit, like, saying the craziest shit. I don't think it'll be that, like, much of a shock value if y'all just come out and say who did the shit.
Right.
So... but I get it. Of course, why would he? He has a kid.
Right.
He has a career. He's looking at 22. Why would he incriminate himself?
He was saying some stupid shit, though. He said, what did he say? I got a kid. You know, why would I damn, I'm trying to think exactly what he said, but basically saying why would he do anything stupid to jeopardize his freedom, basically. And it's like, well, I don't know. I mean, you did have a gun that he wasn't supposed to have, correct?
I think so, yeah.
So
especially, I mean, if he's looking at 22,
22 what?
Years.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
yo, I ain't even know that. Did they say for what? Like, 22.
That's what the report say. I just guess. I'm guessing that is for, like, intent.
If
like,
he did have intent, if he did shoot her in the foot, this young man, 22 years for maybe perhaps shooting her in the foot, and these motherfuckers we talking about earlier straight up just manslaughter, murdered this innocent woman and gets administrative reassignment.
Right.
That's crazy. But anyway, man, I ain't fucking with Tory, man. He sound weird to me, the way he explained this shit. Like, she just flat out said, dude crazy, he shot me, end of story. Like, boom. And then she keeps responding because, you know, she got millions of followers, so she battling that.
I think when he released that statement, she just tweeted, like, this nigga crazy.
But him, I don't like the fact that he ain't just flat out saying, like, for me, every other sentence would be, I ain't do this shit.
I think, and man, I don't know. If I was his PR, I would just tell him, like, don't go on live. Like,
or that, yeah.
This shit is going to blow over because of all the craziness that's happening.
Yeah.
Right now, let's just focus on the case. Let's lock it in. Let's focus on the case or whatever, and don't go live. Like, don't go live. Don't make statements. Stay low for now, because I feel like the more he talk, the worse the situation is going to get for him.
He said, bullets hurt, bullet wounds matter.
Yo.
Got a little woo feel to it. Meth would have slayed this track. I fuck with this. Need some 5% speak on it. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't get the video up, but I fuck with that joint too. And so yeah, I don't even know, man. We're gonna get into one more joint though for the night. We're gonna get into one more joint. Let's see what we got. Yo, make sure y'all sharing the joint. Make sure y'all send y'all joints to submitmaterial@gmail.com. We're gonna play one more joint. I don't know. I like doing this because I like to see what people be talking about, but I'm not sure. Hold on, let's go back to the joint. Zach, where you at? Where's Zach, man?
My man said, "Oh, y'all want hip hop? I'll sing you hip hop." Do he has it in him, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know.
We about to find out. It's called My Way by damn, I forgot his stage name, but his email name. Oh, Ocon. Okay, Ocon. What's up, Zach? Ocon, My Way. Everybody deserves a second chance.
You're in the mix with DJ Ski.
Yeah. We out shit, baby. Yeah. This one is for my exes, with one or two exceptions. This one is for the scammers who say they got connections. Tell you what, boy, I'm coming like a nut. About to knock the whole game out with one fucking punch. About to watch a head bob like a sponge. I'm about to kick back, rap and eat lunch, cause I'm hungry for the competition. Stop scheming, the whole world is my opposition. But nobody listen, in 10 days I'ma be 22. And 1 year gon' be richer than you. Talk is cheap, that's why people buy it. And weed is great, that's why your kids try it. I'm sorry for my honesty. I'm out this world like astronomy. Look at what I did. I done fucked the whole world in the back of my whip.
It's like everybody gonna hate. Fuck every single word they say. I run this shit, I do it my way. My way. It's like everybody gonna hate. Fuck every single word they say. I run this shit, I do it my way. My way.
I got a little angel on my shoulder saying be nice, but a devil on the other saying kill him with a knife. Fucking right, I'm going in like it's tight. Damn right, I'm staying high like I'm hype. Fuck around, ain't got time for ya. Big dreams, big money like lot of figures. I'm on my grind, motherfucker. My grind, motherfucker. So people, when you see me, please listen, motherfuckers. Life's a bitch, and so are you. Need a hint, call Steve, get a clue. Damn, I don't know what to do. I keep coming back, keep doing what I do. Kicking back freestyles. I'm in the booth, motherfucker, feeling so wild. Young and free, old kind motherfucker, you should get to know me.
It's like everybody gonna hate. Fuck every single word they say. I run this shit, I do it my way. My way. It's like everybody gonna hate. Fuck every single word they say. I run this shit, I do it my way. My way.
Okay, Zach.
My boy Zach, he out here.
Zach with the comeback, man. That's what's up. So I'm gonna say this. I definitely like that song better than what you sent before. I like the song. I like the feel. I like the beat. I like the overall ambiance of it. Like I like the feel of it. The way he was flowing was cool. Made sense for the beat.
Mm-hmm.
The hook wasn't bad. Like the hook was cool. I think for me it was the lack of bars. Bars. Like I need to hear bars. You know what I'm saying? If the only time so I got like a little scale in my brain for this. The only time I will accept mediocre bars is if you're saying something that has serious meaning to it. So, and I didn't get that from this song. You know, it didn't come off, serious as hell or nothing like that. So I need to hear bars. Like something that's going to make me think, laugh, something. It was kind of just like, this is a nice song. Like, it's a nice song. So that's what I'm going to say about that, man. Shout out to Zach for that. And what does Dillion the Villain think about that?
My man Zach came back. I actually like Zach's hooks. I like the hook. Like I like the hook on this joint and the other one. I agree with Heat as far as like the bars. Like to me, they was like soft bars, like call up Steve and get a clue, like the Blues Clue bar. Like that joint made me laugh. You know what? Like, not even like this is not even insulting, but he's like, I feel like he would be really good at parody music. Mm-hmm. But as far as his he constructs his songs well. I can say that. Like he do a good job at like keeping you in. Like, all right, this some shit right here. Like bobbing your head. Like if I heard it, I would not be like, what the fuck? Turn this shit off right now. I'll just probably wouldn't even. I'll just be on my phone or some shit. And it wouldn't like bother me if it was playing in the background. But Yeah, Zach. I mean, man, you should keep going. Like, you should keep going. In a weird way, and it's so funny because the more I think about the first song, the more I like it. but yeah, bro. I want to see some like visuals to it. Like, I'm kind of interested to see what his visuals look like.
Yeah, my man Black said, what'd he say? You got candy bars. Shout out to David Paul. I sent the song in. All right, cool, man. I don't know, man. We kind of went down a long list here. Let's see how many joints. Nah, I don't know, man. We probably gonna have to get at you next week unless you drop the Cash App within the closing statements of this episode. So that's pretty much it. We did not get to everybody. We'll continue next week, Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, you want to make sure your joint is guaranteed reviewed and played. It's Cash App. Make sure you follow us on IG. This is Hip Hop Life. Make sure you check out the website. ThisIsHipHop.life. Make sure, that's right. Make sure, come on, man. Y'all gotta cop the apparel. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Angie. She got the hoodie tonight. So that's cool. That's cool. Make sure you take a picture in that joint. Tag us and hashtag This Is Hip Hop Life. So you got any last words, Dillion?
Man, my last words is make sure that if anything you could take away from the show, make sure that you take away the advice. Keep working on your craft. Stay humble or whatever. And yeah, like just kill that shit. Like have fun, but be serious at the same time. And yeah, like make sure when y'all send them joints in that you want to send something that's gonna represent you to the fullest. Like it ain't no doubt in your mind that this ain't gonna represent you. So all I gotta say to that is that. And y'all, until next time.
We out of here. See y'all next week.
Signing off.
1.